Hello everybody and welcome back to another sketchbook tour. Finally! It's been over 2 years since I completed a sketchbook, so today we'll be going through everything I made all of 2024 and all of 2025, and to be honest, it is not that much. I've just been so busy and the personal sketchbook was like the easiest one to stop prioritizing. But for 2026, my New Year's resolution is actually to complete a whole sketchbook because I really want to get back into the habit of it. But without further ado, let's get into it. I am once again using Talon's Art Creation sketchbook. I always pick this brand because it's the only sketchbook that I've tried who can fully handle my water mixable oils without bleeding through the pages. And on the front I just put this sticker from the tattoo artist who did my big back tattoo. Right off the start we have a failed ambitious scrap page. I guess my intention was to fill it, but I never did. I'm covering my address. But as you can see, this was the first year where my yearly sketchbook took me 2 full years to complete. So these are all from like the beginning of 2024 till the end of 2025, just so you know. And then we always have the blank page that I intend to fill with something special and then always never do. And yeah, starting off not so strong, we have a postcard and some scribbles. And then here we have a sketch from right before I did the Made in Sweden exhibition. So this is how long ago I started the sketchbook. You know, when I was painting all of the IKEA things. Here's just a selfie. Here is from when me and Andy did homemade dumplings. And a sketch of me and Andy. Here's someone's grandma that I saw on TikTok. And then during this era, me and Andy were filming the If It Bleeds, It Leads music video that we still haven't edited, but it's hopefully coming out this year. But we filmed the whole music video in a restaurant here in Malmö. Our Buddha statue, Andy's uncle. I don't know what his name is. I'm not sure if it is James Potter. All I know is that you mix it up with the Harry Potter character. But there's this guy who has like a museum and he used to like taxidermy roadkill in these really elaborate, quite like Sylvanian family-esque situations. And like as a vegan, I'm like a bit torn on how to feel, but there's something about it that I absolutely love, and then something about it that I think is very macabre and inappropriate. I think this was supposed to be like the married couple, and then this was like the boxing rink thing he did. I don't know if you've seen him on Instagram, but every time he showed up in my feed, I was just so happy that I wanted him in my sketchbook. But it's just this guy who plays a Hello Kitty electric guitar. Let's see. And here we have a Goya painting, I think it is. You've probably seen it. Just a color study, so like a very quick, just trying to capture the scene and not the details. Some unfinished koi fish study vibe. Another master copy that I did for my first course, Portraiture as a Love Language. Here we have a quick study of Andy sleeping. I don't like the colors that much. We'll see if I turn it into a big painting. Here we have a shot from House, a Japanese movie that I absolutely love. You will notice a lot throughout this book that a lot of the like images aren't mine, because I used to challenge myself to like scroll through Instagram and then like the first thing that caught my eye I would paint in my sketchbook. So that was kind of like, this is by Jennifer G something. I cannot read my own handwriting, but I will put her Instagram here. That is unfortunately one of the things I don't like about this sketchbook. Last year I found my life to be quite repetitive and I barely left my house, so I often resorted to internet references, and as a result this sketchbook does not feel as personal as my previous ones. So my goal for the 2026 sketchbook is to fill it with more original artwork and personal memories. So to get some inspiration and motivation, I've started taking Dylan Ruswinski's Skillshare classes called Illustrated Journaling, where she provides a lot of fun personal prompts like music I've been listening to, or what I've been wearing lately, which is what I'm painting on now. It has felt more purposeful and motivating to pick up my sketchbook when it has a challenge format to it. And of course also a community page where people can show their work as well. And for those of you who don't know, Skillshare offers creative classes taught by illustrators, graphic designers, and entrepreneurs, and basically any kind of creative you could imagine. It's the best and easiest way to learn a creative skill, pick up a new hobby, or simply get out of your old stale routines like me. I couldn't recommend it enough, and that is why I'm so happy to announce that the first 500 people to either click the link in my description or scan this QR code will get a full month free trial of Skillshare. So don't miss this chance to learn a new skill or simply join our sketchbook challenge. And thank you Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Then I think a failed or unfinished spread. This is when I took a break from the IKEA handbook sewing. And then here we have my childhood toys, Lucy Lou and Lucy Lou 2, that we so creatively named them. I want to incorporate these dolls somehow into my work because I feel like they really fit the theme, because my mom like specifically went out of her way to buy them really expensively. You could not find like Asian looking dolls here in Sweden, so she really went out of her way because she had like read a book about how important representation is. I'm gonna sit with it and figure out. But yeah. Yeah, here you can see a preliminary sketch thing from the IKEA paintings as well. So this is like long ago. Here was my outfit for like I don't remember the theme. I don't know if it was like a vintage gala or if it was 1930s. I don't remember, but I was wearing this. A to-do list. Sketches of me and Andy. And the eagle lamp in our living room. My niece. And some guy I think I drew from life. Some images we did for the wedding shoot in Ireland, where we modeled wedding dresses. Here is Andy's eye. This is when we bought our big cupboard, maybe. And I wanted to paint all of the details, but I lost motivation when the first layer was drying, so now you get this. I think this is a photo of me and Andy. I did not do it justice, but I really like that album cover. I saw the behind the scenes of it on TikTok where she was like jumping on a trampoline and stuff. And for those of you who don't know, I collect vintage sliders, and I think what I wanted to do was fill the page, and then I realized that I had painted it too big, and now I think I'm gonna do it on a canvas instead. Yeah. Dragon, maybe? A terrible one. This is an image from a vinyl we bought in Singapore. This is also from Chinatown in Singapore. The plastic stools and all of the pigeons. Really bad sketch of Andy. And here I think is a master copy or something like that. I am sorry that I can't credit the artist because I just painted it straight from my feed. Here are some quick sketches from Chinatown in Singapore. My favorite place in the world, by the way. The vibes there are just so immaculate. There are elderly people singing karaoke in every street corner, and I love it so much. One of them being Andy's uncle, who goes busking, but he has like a setup and a license and everything. So this is him. Some of Andy's relatives. Some roosters there are like what pigeons are here. They're just like, how do you say, street animals. And it's crazy because they're so pretty and it's so surreal for me to see them in the wild. Here are the failed stickers from when I did Andy's action figure boxes. And I just put them in here. That's Lucky Cats from a store in Singapore. Sketchbook filler page at its finest. My niece. Andy at the beach. Here I was trying some other style. Then we watched the Miyazaki documentary and I just took one of the frames that I liked and drew it. This was his reaction to CGI. So I don't even want to know what he thinks about AI. Andy in our chair. And then this is a master copy that I would have liked to complete better. But I am so fascinated by the use of color in this painting. And I don't understand how they make it look so right and good, even though they have such contrasting colors. So I want to do another study of this. And some pictures of me and Andy in Singapore that I just painted quite loosely. When I do these sketches, I am mostly focusing on like color relationships and value rather than details and likeness and stuff. A little turtle that I saw on Instagram. And then here we have some studies of Pinterest art that I wish I could credit, but I didn't think that far when I did them. I don't know who the original artist is. I really like the colors in this one. Here is a do's and don'ts demonstration from my course. And then here are some feet that I also studied from another artist's painting. I wish I could credit them, but I was an idiot. I'm sorry. Here we have some master copies. I've noticed that I always need some sort of challenge in order to actually use my sketchbook. And I think in this era, it was I pour up a bunch of paint and then I will paint stuff until I run out of paint. Meaning that here perhaps I ran out of brown or something and I would have to substitute it with blue, and then you would get these color palettes that I wouldn't normally choose. And Egon Schiele sketch. And here we have some color variation for my the duckling painting. I ended up using neither. Woman in Hamburg. Here we have my favorite shoes. Here's a picture from my childhood. And actually, fun fact, the first time I ever bicycled, my dad took this picture like the first time he let go of my bike. And I just painted it. And then here is a scene from Singapore, I think. Caution, wet floor. I think here I was just drawing Andy's parents' wedding photo because it was on the table when I was sitting with the sketchbook. And a swan. Don't know why. Here we have just a picture of me. I don't know what this is. Yeah. I think this might be from the course as well. Some kind of demonstration. I don't even remember. Classic. Let me practice handwriting page. I ate pancakes today. My name is Agnes. I ate pancakes. I drank a drink. Cappuccino with my peasant empress. This is okay. This is Andy and this is me. I think we're having a handwriting competition. Wingardium Leviosa. My name is Andy. Yeah. This is also from the course, just demonstrating how to use a grid. Master copy was just from our apartment, the baby and the toys. Another Miyazaki drawing that I intended to paint but never got round to. Takeshi in Chungking Express. I guess some kind of version of me and Andy. Andy and a dead falcon. There's no like intentional conceptual reason I put these together. It was just that the colors fit, I guess. This is two vases that we bought on a flea market. This is an orangutan wearing a watermelon helmet. You can't tell at first. This looks like all abstract, but I think when you notice like the eye and the mouth, you can see what it is. Like, I quite like when something looks like sophisticated and abstract and then you look closer and it's just a silly image. This is Andy, who has drawn me from life, I think, just at the kitchen table. A master copy of one of my favorite paintings at the National Portrait Gallery in London. I just fell in love with the composition of this painting. It's a really great portrait. Also a master copy of like Orpheus and Eurydice that I didn't quite finish Or you can tell I just rushed it. I think another study of someone else's painting. At this point, I think I just wanted to finish the sketchbook, and then I started just doing these stupid pages. Yeah, like this. Here we have an image of Yoko Ono and John Lennon that just, when it came up in my feed, I was just like, this has so much cyborg energy. If you know our account, Cyber Speaking Out. Become like really fascinated with them because, first of all, I am Yoko Ono's biggest fan. I'm not the biggest fan of John Lennon, but them together, there's just something about it that's just so jarringly reminds me of me and Andy that I sometimes have to look twice, like, is this just our picture? And it's so weird and creepy, and it's not intentional. I'm just in an era of hyper fixating on these two and that era before John Lennon died. Modern kimono by some fashion designer, probably. A child. A study of some like Chinese artwork. Yoko Ono's Whisper piece. Some cranes. A woman speaking on the phone. I think this is from In the Mood for Love, where she cries into his shoulder. Jeffrey Wang study, my favorite artist of all time. This is from when I visited Portrait Artist of the Year. Portrait Artist of the Year is like the show that made me fall in love with portraiture and begin when I was like 14. Unfortunately, I cannot compete because I'm not a British citizen, but we traveled there just to be audience members, and I decided to give it a go, and I drew these of the two-sitters. And fun fact, my favorite artist of all time, and also Celebrity Hall Pass, is the judge on Portrait Artist of the Year, Taishan Scherenberg. The reason why I watched the show and the reason why we went there is to see Taishan Scherenberg in real life. And he happened to walk past and he stopped and asked me like I should be in the competition when I drew these. And then we started talking to him for like a solid 30 minutes, and we actually still keep in contact, and he's actually working on painting me and Andy right now from meeting us there. So it's like a crazy story. It's actually quite surreal. So this spread holds a lot of sentimental value for me because it was so huge. Like my dream was to be on this show. I became friends with the judge. I met my painting hero and celebrity crush, and he is now painting me and Andy. So like a win is a win, guys. A win is a win. My cafe in London, I tried to sketch Andy from life. As you can see, I really struggle with likeness when I'm drawing from life and not from a photograph. And that is like one of my goals for 2026 to get better at. And I think this is someone's arm and master copy. I think John Singer Sargent, but I'm not sure. Another study of someone else's work. Frankenstein. In the Mood for Love. A baby I found on Pinterest. And this is also a study of someone else's work. Severus Snape. I think me, Andy, and my friend was playing this game of like, let's paint a celebrity in 5 minutes and then see if the others can guess who you painted. And they could guess. Could you guess? And that is where I decided to just deem the sketchbook complete. And that was all I had for you guys today. Not my best sketchbook, to be honest. Like, 2025 was only half of this, and most of it was just copies of random shit on TikTok. Hopefully, if you meet me at this place at this time next year, I will have a complete sketchbook actually representing 2026 as a year. Thank you guys as always for watching, and I will link a playlist with all of my old sketchbook tours as well if you like my style and want to see more. Yeah, goodbye. Love you.